Should I get a schoolie? I don't know. Or what? The pre-show here. Good evening. Good morning. I don't know what time of the what I don't know what time of the day it is. I don't know what the date is. I don't care what the date is. I don't know. So what's today? Saturday, Friday? It's Saturday. I woke up this morning. I was like, what day of the week is it? Is it a Saturday? I don't know. Two mods showing up for duty. Good morning, Doxy. Good morning, Shimei. How are you all doing? I think I'm getting a schoolie. I don't know. I think I've been thinking a lot about buying a vehicle, and I think a schoolie is what I need to get. I need to get a schoolie, a big one like Blue Van Dan, a big honking schoolie with one of those big schoolies that goes. I could put that would give me probably more room than my apartment here. Good morning, Blarp Blarp. How's everybody doing? It is a beautiful, beautiful Saturday here in Morganton, North Carolina. I think Morgan, I don't know. I have a funny feeling. My Morgan radar, I think Morgan is not far away from here. I just have a funny feeling that Morgan is not far away from here. The Wiz, odd 17 big, Kid Kino, don't. Hey, I'm your new school bus driver, kids. Get in my vehicle. I am. I'm going to buy a schoolie. I'm going down to the Rock Hill. I hear there's a Rock Hill, South Carolina has some school buses for sale. I'm going to go down there and get a schoolie. I don't know. Put a mattress back there. You could have a nice big fan. Get an inverter. Got a I don't know. We have a lot of room. You could make an office in the corner. I think it would be neat. Nikki Delventhal and Morgan are living in a house now. Yeah, Blarp. Nikki did a video. I think they're in Eastern Tennessee. Morgan was talking about that a while back when, she said that she wanted to go to Eastern Tennessee because up high in the mountains there, got Smoky Mountains. It's nice there now. We don't have that 100-degree crap temperatures that they have in Arizona and and the humidity. We've had humidity here, but it's been pretty good the last week or so. Hello, Dave's RV Life. Nice to see you here. No, I'm not. I need to have some clickbait on my show. I should have said, yeah, I started a little early, Ether Bunny. Ether Bunny sent me some stuff that's coming in the mail today. I can't wait. Oh, yeah. I can't wait for today's mail. That's right. Keep Athens weird. This was a nice shirt. I like it. Yeah. They should have Keep Morganton weird. I don't know. And it glows in the dark, too. No, I'm not. That's right. Oh, I got it. I want to do a shout out before I get. Yeah, I got this really, really nice package of stuff in the mail yesterday. I mean, it is so nice. Let me show you what I got in the mail yesterday. I mean, I love, some days when I go to go to my P.O. box. Oh no, something dropped. There we go. Well, okay, just some minutes. When I go to the P.O. box, I'll get a box. And it's full of stuff. I mean, this box was just full. It's like Christmas. This box was full of stuff. I want to thank, let me see who this is now. I want to thank Diane, who's in Texas. Diane in Texas for sending me this package of a pile of cool stuff here. Diane in Texas. And she writes this wonderful letter here. And I won't read it all, but it's very small print, but it's really nice. And she sent me so many cool things here. I mean, there's an I Love Texas badge here. Anyway, what else did she send? I mean, first off, let's start with the big kahuna. She sent me a camo pillow. A camo pillow. I mean, this is really nice. Oh, I just take a nap. So I'll have to, let me address the comments here. It's on the truck. The package is on the truck. Hey, Papa Texas. Yeah, that's right. Don't mess with Texas. This is from Texas. She sent me this. So she sent me this wonderful pillow. She sent me a whole bunch of nuts. Look at this. Really cool nuts here. I guess these are from Texas too. I don't know. Mixed nuts, sweet and hot. She sent me that. Where is it? She sent me a bag here. A Texas litter bag. Don't litter. I guess this is stuff I'm supposed to take with me when I go to Lollapalooza. When I go to Lollapalooza in October and we have the big breakfast there, I'm supposed to take all this stuff with me. I got a guidebook to Route 66 in Oklahoma. That's very nice. And she sent me look at this, a Camo Dave license plate holder frame. So I can put this on my car. Camo Dave license plate frame. Isn't that neat? And it says Camo Dave on it. And she sent me this. This is a Legend of the Dream Catcher. This all came in the same box. Isn't that neat? And then I got, oh my goodness, I got this one. This I guess is Stolen Valor, True Texan. Well, I'm not a true Texan. I've been to Dallas several times in my life for broadcasting conventions, but I'm not a true Texan. And then we got this. She sent me this. Denise there. What happens in the man cave stays in the man cave. Okay. And then of course there's she sent me some Texas mints. Yeah, Papa Texas, you got mints? And then I got this beautiful camo pillow. Well, I want to thank Denise. Thank you so much, Denise. That is very kind of you. Denise in Texas there. I'll give you the name of the town. So I don't know where in Texas this is. Sanger, Texas. Denise in Sanger, Texas. So I'll have to look that up where Sanger is. But thank you so much, Denise. This was a very nice, a big pile of stuff in a box. That was really nice of you. Thank you. That's right. Don't mess with Texas. That's right. My Patreon. Yeah, I'm going to need I'm going to need to get a Patreon now that I'm going to be buying a bus because I'm going to need some money to fix it up. Who's going to convert it for me? I don't know. Maybe I'll take it out to Pandaland. Maybe I'll just buy it out there. I should fly into Flagstaff and maybe just buy the bus out there. Then I just have to drive it a few miles. Parking should be a breeze. That's the one thing I always said. If I do get, become a nomad or something like that, I want to have a vehicle that you can just park anywhere. That's why I kind of lean towards the van, Let's get a little more light in here. There we go. Put some lights on. Is that too much light? I don't know. Let's try, is that better? I don't know. I can't decide this morning. Papa Texas in the house. Hi, Bubba. Hey, STE Bishop. Nice to see you from the UK. Yeah, this is a British Bulldog, I think, right? Yeah. It's on the mail truck. Okay. Frugal Aquatics. Good morning. Good day. Yeah, I'll get a camo bus. That's right. I'll get a camo bus. Get it all wrapped in camo. Odd 17B, King Kino. I'm not taking any calls this morning, but if King Kino wants to call in, I'll keep an eye out for that. But we're doing the call-in show this evening. Be sure to cover the draft. Oh, yes. We've got – now, this is interesting. Morganton is like a gateway town to the mountains, okay? So people come here. They stay in the hotels. They party here. We got some bars here. We got a lot of motorcycle people here. And Last year, everything was shut down because of the pandemic. This year, things are popping open again. So I was walking around Morganton yesterday, and there's quite a lot of hubbub in town today. So yesterday, there's a lot of people around, and so things are coming back. We don't have Court Square back open yet. They're building a big band shell down there on Court Square for concerts and stuff. That's still not open yet. Maybe not for another month, but everything is really popping here. The bars are open. There's a lot of people in town. Motorcycles are here. And I noticed today they got a pet parade this morning down there over by the ironworks there. And there is also going to be a drag show tonight at the City Auditorium, $25 admission. I need $25. I don't have the admission money. No, $25 admission. They're having a drag show tonight over at the City Auditorium, the City of Morganton Auditorium. So anyway, got to love Texas mail. I know. I get big packages from Texas. Hello, Celtic Nomad. It's on the mail truck. Yeah, I can't wait for my mail today. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I love nuts. I do love nuts. I'm a big nut fan. Don't mess with Maine. That's right, Mike Reed. Hey, Forrest, set your car on fire. Oh, no. I don't know. Fire plus GoFundMe equals $. That's right, John. I'm leaving. I'm getting a schoolie, and I'm leaving my shared apartment. Ooh, Camo Dave has a shared apartment, and I'm never coming back. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're very cool. Again, I want to thank Denise in Texas there. She is in Sanger, Texas. Wow. I would read her card here, but her writing is so little that I have to read it real slowly. Yeah, Abilene. Oh, she's going to. Oh, can't wait for your visit to Abilene. That's right. So I am. Yeah, she's waiting. I guess she's going to. She's looking forward to my heading to Lollapalooza. We are in West Monroe, Louisiana. I saw you, Papa Texas. You were there in Florida. There, I was like, yeah, that's right. Hey, Yoda Doug, nice to see you. The USMC Bulldog, hoorah! That's right, blarp blarp. I don't subscribe to their channels to see Morgan and Nikki live in the regular houses. I don't care. I live in a house myself. I know what it's like. Now get back to your cars, girls. Yeah, I don't know. Yoda Doug, are you subbed to me? I don't recall if I seen your hellos on my videos yet. Oh, is that Shimei? Oh, that's Shimei. Ed knows everything. He can convert the bus for you at the Nomad Ranch. I don't know, man. He's kind of a scary guy. It's paint your schoolie camo green. I like that, Charlotte. It's a great. I should do that. A camo schoolie. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. They say that vehicles are expensive right now because of all the shortages. A schoolie, the problem with a schoolie, though, they're all manual transmissions, right? They don't have automatic transmissions for schoolies. I'd have to learn. I never learned that. I've never changed a tire, and I have driven manual transmission vehicles before, but I usually don't have a lot of good luck with them. They stall and everything. I live in a shared schoolie. Hey, Terry, how are you doing? Good morning. Yeah, they're having a drag show here at 8 o'clock tonight, $25 admission fee at the Morganton Auditorium. There's a lot of people in town this weekend, partying. The bars are all going. Yeah, again, so we're almost back to normal here. I don't know. I hope we don't get that variant. I hope everybody's got their vaccine. I got mine. Roasted Little Adam. Stay in Flagstaff. There's a big campfire up there. Yeah, I know RV Davey too. Dave 2D and Babe doing yoga. Have you seen it yet? Geico, is that a new one? I I've seen his other one. I mean, he did a video a while back. Yeah, he did that video a while back with he and that chick doing the yoga stuff. He said he had a bad back and he was getting his yoga done. I don't know. Dave 2D's a funny guy. I do like his humor. He's always kind of had that weird, dry wit about him. I love it when he's out driving around in his Element. The Honda Element that he has, the dog. I thought, hey, he bought this house up there in Michigan. Needs a lot of work. There's a lot of cool things up there in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. He theoretically has a lot of content he could be using. There's not a lot of nomads up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. There's a lot of touristy stuff. He could go camping in that area. He's not far from Canada, although he can't get across the border just yet. I mean, Morgan wanted to come up and visit him. I mean, he's got so much potential for some cool stuff with the dog, Zoe, all that stuff. I don't know, just fixing up the house, but he just, I don't know. I don't know what he is doing with his channel. He's kind of wrong. He wants to continue doing the roasts. I should get in one of those army buses. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a schoolie bus. There is a big armory thing down the road here. Now, I should go and see maybe if they have some old army vehicles that I could maybe turn into. That would be cool. Get a tank. I'll just drive down I-40 in a big old tank. That'll live in Camo Dave lives in a tank. I see tons of buses for sale on Facebook Marketplace all the time. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of them are kind of funky. I remember when Enigmatic Nomadics, Jamie was buying that bus for Liz, and he went up into Kentucky to buy it, and he ended up getting a bus. Remember it had a gun, Gun, underneath the seat? He's like, what's this doing here? Janice, good to see you here. Again, where are you going to park a friggin' big school bus? You can't just park it in a parking lot. That's the problem. I really think Blue Van Dan bought the bus to be basically his home his home. That's going to be his home. Okay. It's got a good size. He's going to fix it up as his home. He's going to park it on some land. Maybe he'll get some land up there at Panda Acres or whatever, Aja Acres Panda Land. And I think that's what he's looking at. He's living in that blue van, which is tiny, so I think he wants some more room. I don't think he's bought the bus so much to drive it around because it is kind of a big thing. It can move when it needs to move, but I think it's basically going to sit still. School buses are mainly automatic transmissions. Okay, the whiz. Then I can, I remember when I was a kid, all our buses were, you hear the driver up there. Do you have any interest in a YouTube nomad that travels in a Beatles tribute band and refurbishes a church when he has his spare time? Yes. Can you send me that link to that on CamoDavidGMX.com. Hello, Trolling the Taxpayer. How are you? Vaccinated since February. I got my first vax in March and the second Pfizer in April. So I am vaccinated too. I don't like to go out after dark. It's scary. It's scary. It stays light here till like 9:30 now, I mean, it doesn't get dark till late. It's hotter than a $3 pistol. Hello, Clearski. Clearski's out there in beautiful Portland where it's heat wave. Martha and the Vandellas. Gonna be a heat wave. I live under a bridge. No need for a vax. Dave's Bar will be open SATURDAVE. That's right. 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Come by and have a drink with Dave. Yes, new 5 hours ago. Oh, okay. Let's see. We got a new one from Camper Carol. Her van build, right? She buys a box and puts these plastic shelves together, right? Man, she must. I don't know, man. Building a camper in 3D CAD software. Van Camp Woody's up in Montana. Oh, there it is. Secret to Life Yoga. Dave 2D and 1,000 views. Let's see. He's just trying to get some views. I think he has a lot of content. Yeah, how's his channel doing? He's not doing so well with his, he didn't get 5,000 views today. Let's see, what is he doing? Is he going to be, is he doing the yoga too? Okay, we don't even get to see him. Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay, so he's dancing behind some lady doing yoga. Okay. And there's all of his Cash App, Venmo, and all of his whatever. Dave, I don't know. Get out there and do some. You got a lot of content. You don't need to be doing the yoga videos. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Hotter than a $2 Rolex. Justamir Humster. Hi, Judy. Dave's drag 7 p.m. Yeah, pre-Svengoolie. Those schoolies, yeah. I rode around in a schoolie for many years. When I went to school, yeah, our high school was long ways away from my home. So it's a long, yeah. I've been ridden, but I haven't been on a schoolie since school. Get a used prison bus with the metal over the wheels and the locked cages behind the driver. There you go, Ether Bunny. I should do that. Good morning, Nampanana. How are you? Dave, don't Dave, gas. Don't, Dave. Oh, gas prices will put you out. Yeah. Again, you buy a van, it's a little more like a car. I might just get like a nice SUV-ish, a Subaru-y thing, an Outback, which is pretty much like a car. I like the Subaru Outbacks. Those are kind of neat. Park them anywhere. I'm not planning to live in my car. Airport shuttles ride rough, though. Oh, yeah. They have those vehicles. They're not really schoolies, but they're like, you see them driven to like assisted living places. They take all the old ladies to the church or whatever. Forced Online, Doug, how are you doing? He's talking about emptying out the blue van and towing it behind the bus. I saw that. That's going to be an awful long tow now because that bus is already a big vehicle. Wow. Thank you, Shimei. My schoolie fund. Oh, wow. I got to buy a schoolie. I'm looking at it. Camo Dave's schoolie fund. The blue Van Dan Love Shack. That schoolie bus is big enough. He could probably put a ramp on the back of it and drive the blue Van Dan and park it inside the back of the schoolie in the bus and then still have a lot of room, right? First off, I realize that Dan is really emotionally attached to the blue van, but maybe it's time to just park that sucker for good. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, here's what I would do if I was Dan. If I was Dan, he got some money from the sale of his ranch there in California last year. Take the money, buy a plot of land somewhere, maybe Williams, Arizona. That's not a bad area, up near where Panda Land is. Maybe get an adjacent property or something in that vicinity. It seems like a pretty good area. You do have the pack rats, you do have the bugs, but it is fairly coolish summers up there. It's not super hot, although at the moment it is. That seems like a nice area to get some land. And then what you do is you have room enough so you can park the blue van, just park that and be done with it, have it sit there, and then do the same thing with the schoolie. And now at least you have some room there to put storage and maybe live in the schoolie and use the blue van for storage or something for your whatever, for guest house. And then get a small vehicle like a tracker, like an older car like what Camper Van Kevin's got, and then use that as your daily driver to get around. It just seems like Dan is putting a lot of time and effort into keeping that old 1960s van going. And it's just you get to the point where you just put so much money and time and effort into it, and it just hardly gets you anywhere. The schoolie would be good for a live-in place, but I can't. Why would you want to drive around in a schoolie? You can't go down mountain roads. It's hard to park. Zoe the dog has her own successful channel. Yeah, does she? Does he still do that? I didn't even notice he still does that. Dave 2D. Hello, Noreen. Oh, Noreen has to work today, huh? Well, have fun. RV Davey 2 now has 1050 subs and he's monetized. Well, good for you. Blarp blarp. Do you pay for the anti-COVID vaccine in the U.S.? The anti-COVID vaccine? The anti. No, it's all free. There's no charge for it. They do take, if you have insurance, they take your insurance. I think the insurance companies do kick some money back to whoever's given the vaccine. If you don't have insurance, they will. You don't have to. No, there's no charge for it at all. I've never heard anybody being charged for the COVID vaccine here. It's free. And you know what? There's that, all those variants coming. Go get your shot. Go get your shot. Okay. Good Lord. Hello, David from the beautiful Springfield, Massachusetts, Bob Lake. Oh, okay. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Juicing the pot is an old trick, Dave. Outbacks are perfect for your purpose, Dave. A version with the wraparound camo. Yeah, I'm looking. I like the Subarus. Nothing says. I like the Subarus. They're well-made cars. And Scotty Kilmer says. Scotty Kilmer knows what he's talking about. He's the car guru guy who is now currently in Clarksville, Tennessee. He says, wait a few more months because there's going to be a glut of used cars and the used car prices will come way down. Right now, it's kind of expensive to buy a used car or used vehicle. He says, just give it a few more months. By the fall, you'll be able to walk in and name your price. So I think that's right. We're having like ups and downs and all this other stuff. Cars are in short supply at the moment with all the, the chip shortages. But he says that's going to ease by the end of the year. So we'll see. Was that the bus Jamie was supposed to build for Liz? Yes. Remember he bought that. What was it last summer? He went up to, he was in Georgia and he drove up to Kentucky and he got that kind of like old person's bus, one of those you see older folks being driven around in. Katie, a.k.a. Bob, LOL. I think so. Montana Dana has been doing van life for 2 months and she already wants to get a schoolie. Again, what am I going to do for content? The content is, I see this all the time. We're out of content. So what are we going to do? People don't want to be doing a lot of traveling these days. So just park your vehicle. There's a certain nomad we don't talk about that a lot of people are sending me junk about him possibly now buying a van. Because and then you build out the van and you get another vehicle, trade your vehicle and get another vehicle. I mean, some of these nomads, you just buy and sell like, whatever. I don't know. It gets kind of wearing on you. Got to do a backflip, little Gorija. Yes, thank you very much, Shimei. Big Craggy. Odd 17B, he was smart enough to get it stripped already because that seems to be the biggest fight, removing all the seats and crap. Yeah. Yeah, the bus is all ready. It's got a blank canvas now, It's all ready to go. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a good idea, but I can't imagine why he would want to drive around in that. I think it's a good idea to get a schoolie, to live in it, and keep it parked most of the time. I don't know what Blue Van Dan's plans are. I think he said he wanted to get some land, and park the vehicles on the land, work on them. I don't know. The Pack Rats, yeah. That was the newest tune from the Pack Rats right here. Man, I got to get caught up. I am so far behind on the chat here. Steve Wallace is making the best of his schoolie, but I get the feeling it's a money trap. I get the same thing. It's a lot of money to do that. Steve's not probably doing okay, but all the money he's making on YouTube is probably going to keep the schoolie up and running. Unstoppable Morgan would look into a schoolie. I think that would be a better idea for her. That Bronco, good Lord, it's just falling apart. She did her video yesterday. She got the guy to put the air conditioner on the back, a window air conditioner like for a house or an apartment. And then the rain came. She was in Alabama, and the rain all came in because it wasn't all sealed up back there. And then the back I don't know. She's got some sort of a rack on the back of the Bronco that's about to fall off, and that Bronco is just near, falling apart. She needs a more reliable vehicle. She needs to, get another used Bronco, that's a little bit better. Get the new Bronco. There's that new Bronco out there. I don't know, or get some other vehicle. She needs something better than what she's got. Dave, RB82, time to cook cabbage soup to lose weight. An Outback would be perfect for Dave. The room in the cargo area isn't very long. Yeah. Again, I am not looking for a vehicle to live in. I'm looking for a vehicle that if I go out on a trip and want to spend a night in the back, kind of with a fan, with an inverter, I want to spend a night with an inverter. I want to be something I can do some traveling in. Say I want to drive up to Eastern Tennessee to visit a friend. Hi, friend in Eastern. I have a friend in Eastern Tennessee that wants me to come up there. So I could go visit this friend in Eastern Tennessee, and I could, if I get tired on the road, pull over and take a nap in the back, A smart back so he can park it. Celtic and a Greyhound will probably have a bathroom already. Ooh. Subarus are bulletproof. Yeah, they're well-made cars. Good morning, Brian Forrest. How are you doing? Sarah Cox, nice to see you here. Janice Lala, let us party with the cat-sized rats. Look at that rat. If you walk around, I used to do a lot of hiking around Washington, D.C. because it's a nice town for hiking. And you go to Georgetown, which is nice. It's got all the shops. It's very trendy. And then you go, there's a canal, the C&O Canal that goes through Georgetown down by the Potomac River. And it's an area hiking trail along that. It's nice urban hiking. But you all of a sudden see this thing that looks like a cat running across the trail. And it ain't a cat. It's not a cat. It's a rat. They have cat-sized rats there across, in Georgetown. Yeah, you see a lot of those. Whoa, look at that rat. Look how big that rat is. Polypedal. Polypedal. Yeah, I mean these. I got a Rock Pals. I got a Rock Pals and what's that other one? The Blue Eddy, Max Oak Blue Eddy. They run my fans really nice. Eastern Tennessee is a whole different world. Yeah. Again, there's so many nomads. Western North Carolina, Great Smokies, Eastern Tennessee now. It's pretty crowded up there right now. I don't know how much Morgan, if she's in that area. She probably is. She's probably hanging out with Nikki. So she's probably somewhere in Eastern Tennessee. And that looked like a gorgeous Airbnb she had, that cabin. Wait, oh my God, look at the land. Look how beautiful it was. It was like this old, beautifully restored old building. It's probably got I'm sure it's got AC. And she's got the hot tub out back there. Oh my gosh. What do you think that's probably like $300 a night, right? She did say she had, I think she said in a video about a month ago, she has like a pile of money. She's not broke. She does okay on YouTube. YouTube payday was just a couple days ago. It hits your bank account. So she's probably got some extra cash. The Schoolie Fund. That's right. Help us out on PayPal. PayPal.me/DCRTV. Thank you. I'm going to get something. I'm close to getting something. I'm joking about getting a Schoolie. I think a Schoolie would be fun, but I'm more likely to get a smallish van or something like a Subaru Outback or something. I want something that I can just park in any old parking place. I want to be able to park it behind the building here in our lot. I don't want to have to go and find some place to park it, Morgan needs to get a Prius. I don't know. Priuses are too small. I don't want to. It's a little too small. My love wagon. Hey, Surfcaster. I watch Russ RV TV in 2x speed. I like watching Dan. I like watching Blue Van Dan in 2x. Howdy, neighbors. Celtic, I'll get some advice from Morgan, and it works for me. It really does work for me. I mean, I have emotional ups and downs, but I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something as you get older, and it's very true. Exercise. Get out and hike. Get out and just get away from things. Hiking, I find, maybe if you can do biking, hiking, get out in the fresh air. Don't go to a gym. Don't go in, sweaty gyms and shit. No, don't do that. Get outside, get some hiking, take a long walk. Find a paved trail, find a dirt trail, get a bicycle, but get outside and get some fresh air and just go on all day hike. You don't have to climb mountains or anything. That'll help you so much in the way you think about things and process things in your brain. It'll clear the cobwebs. I really find that helps. And I would recommend Morgan, get some exercise, go outside, do more. She does go outside sometimes. That's my recommendation. If you're up in Tennessee, go out and do some hiking. Go find a nice trail and go out for a couple hours with the dogs and just get in the fresh air. And that'll make you feel good. You come back, you relax in the evening, you feel good because you've done something, Camper van Camo Dave. DC is great for a walk for sure. People don't realize how far away those monuments are. Again, you hike down on the mall. I mean, that's a good hike too. Go from, the Lincoln Memorial all the way to the Capitol. That's a good hike. The problem with the mall is it's very hot. There's not a lot of shade. There's a lot of people there. There are so many good hikes in the DC area that you get away from the mall. Rock Creek Park is a wonderful place to hike. Goes all the way up to Maryland. Goes from Georgetown up to Maryland. Some beautiful trails. You got the zoo. You got the National Cathedral. That's a wonderful place to hike. You can hike around Georgetown. Just getting up into the northern part of Georgetown. You go up the C&O Canal, up the Potomac River. There's a lot of shade. There's a lot of good hikes. You get over into Virginia. You got Teddy Roosevelt Island. You can hike down to Mount Vernon. There's a big bike trail that goes all the way down there. You got the Washington and Old Dominion Bike Trail. Where is that? I got that. I got this book here. This is really great. Rails of the Blue Ridge, the Washington and Old Dominion Railroad. This is an old railroad that was turned into a bike path. I wouldn't recommend doing this on a hot day because there's not a lot of shade, but you can go all the way from Washington, D.C. to the Blue Ridge Mountains, which is like 50 some miles. And it is a beautiful hike. And there's parts of it that are shady, but there's a lot of parts of it that are very, very hot. And you wouldn't want to do that. You want a shady hike. Great Falls, Virginia. Go over to the Great Falls area there. Riverbend Park. There's some great hikes around Washington, but you want to find someplace shady. You don't want to be out in the sun because Washington, D.C. down on the mall, if it's a hot day and the sun's out and the humidity's up, it can be pretty miserable. And if they don't have the damn Smithsonian's are still not open. You could always say, okay, when you get hot, duck into one of the museums and cool off. They're not open. They're still closed. The Air and Space, I don't think the Air and Space is still open there out at Dulles. I love that place. Brian and I need to do that when they finally open it. Have I talked to Rich Life? No, I have not given him a call yet. I mean, I did talk to him on the show the other day, but I have not. I need to give him a call one of these days and catch up with him. See what he's up to. Odd 17B, get an SUV with some WeatherTech window coverings. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking of that. If I can find a really good older Subaru, I'm looking at that's probably what I'm going to be getting. RV Davy and Flagstaff. Now, Walmart parking lot of YouTubers galore here at the Walmart parking lot. I'm thinking about going to the place to get great food. You could always get a Juke. Yeah, I always thought that was I don't know what are they, Nissans? They just look funny. The Juke. Who designed that? Ooh. Tell your RV people to stay out of the left lane if they are not going to keep up with the traffic. What do they call those road hogs? The enforcers. Somebody will get on like an interstate highway and then get in the left lane and do the speed limit. And then everyone has to zoom around to the right. I walked 7 miles yesterday on the Leeds-Liverpool Canal. Wow, Polly, good for you. Where can I hike in Indiana? I don't know, Victor. I have never I've never been to Indiana. I don't know. Your channel is pretty damn shady. It does matter, though. If it's a hot day, the thing is here in North Carolina, when the sun comes out, it's pretty intense, okay? This time of the year, that sun is right up there, and it can be a cool morning, and then the clouds part, and the sun comes out, and it's hot real fast. You get that anywhere in the South. Georgia, Florida, when it's those clouds part and that sun comes down, it'll heat you up fast. So yeah, go, find one of the things I like here in Morganton is Catawba Meadows Park. It's a big park and it's a lot of shady trails. It's a good place to hike. One of the things I do miss about Athens, so I love Athens. There's just so many cool places to hike in Athens. I mean, they have this greenway there with a lot of shade on it, goes down into the town. What are the parks? Lake Chapman is a beautiful hike there just north of Athens. You got the Botanical Garden just south of Athens. It's a lot of nice hiking around Athens. Oh, yesterday I saw a great blue shipping container home in Flagstaff. Looked cool. Oh, wow. Again, if you can live in a shipping container, if you put some windows in it and stuff, it seems like an awful, live in a big metal. You don't want to live in a big metal box in the middle of the desert. That would seem to be pretty hot. I'm wishing I was there. Yeah. What? Yeah. Again, you have the C&O Canal in Washington. That's a great place to hike. You can go all the way up to Maryland, Great Falls Park. Great Falls Park's on both sides of the Potomac, about 10 miles to the northwest of D.C., and the Virginia side is the national park, and the Maryland side is like a big state park. It's a beautiful area. That's right. Oh, I'm sure there are lots of places in Indiana to hike. I've never hiked in Indiana, so I don't know. Go hiking in Indiana. Does anyone know what size engine that Bronco is? Yeah, I don't know, Sue. Dave, you should move somewhere colder. No, this is just cold. I don't want to get any colder winters in here. The climate here in Morganton is about right, DC and Atlanta. Okay, DC and Atlanta. This is right in the middle. This is like halfway between DC and a little closer to Atlanta than we are to DC, but we're up in the mountains a little bit here, so it's a nice climate. It's a very nice climate. We can get snow here, but it's not like a big snowy cold. The one thing I did not like about living in DC are the winters, because you can get these really, really cold, windy blasts where it's single digits and 20-mile-an-hour winds in the winter sometimes, and it's miserable. And the problem in DC too in the summer is the heat island effect. It just, there's so much pavement. It just gets so hot. When you get a heat wave in DC, it feels like it's magnetized hot, because there's just New York, I'm sure is the same, Philadelphia, Boston. There's so much pavement that, you can get a heat wave in, say, Athens, Georgia, but it's all tree canopies and stuff. It doesn't feel as hot. It's 100 degrees in Bulgaria. Holy cow. You're almost as hot as Arizona. Man. We have a lot of those tracks for trails. Yeah, they do that. They take old railroads. What do you do with an old railroad that's abandoned? You turn it into a bike trail or something. That's very nice. They call them linear parks. Anyway, this is really nice. You can literally get on this and go all the way out to the Appalachian Trail. You could be in DC on the mall and get on this trail and go all the way out and get on the Appalachian Trail. And it's a nice, it's hot. There's a lot of places on this trail that, don't have a lot of trees, but it's a nice trail. And you don't want to get run over, because there's a lot of bicycles on the trail. And they've actually had a few people killed on the trail, because some guy's hiking and then he gets run into by some bike going 40 miles an hour and hits his head on the pavement. They've actually had that happen a couple times. I like the Four Seasons, Victor. Yeah, we have Four Seasons here. You got Four Seasons. Most places on the East Coast have Four Seasons. But I don't want the winters to be too cold and the summers too hot. I would prefer a hotter summer than a colder winter. I don't like the cold, okay? I don't want anything colder than a winter here. This is a nice place. You get a cool temperature in the winter here, but it's not bitter cold. Williams Flagstaff, real cold in the winter. I don't get real cold there. It's not like Buffalo. You don't want Buffalo cold. You don't want central Pennsylvania cold. That's yucky. It's cold, but not, I wouldn't say real cold. Would you say then live in the South? Yeah, Victor. Again, I think a great climate would be along the coast in the South. But again, you got to worry about hurricanes. I think, Charleston, South Carolina, the Outer Banks, Savannah, Georgia. As you get closer to the ocean, you get more ocean breezes. Jacksonville, those are not bad climates. But then you got to worry about the hurricanes certain times of the year. But it does seem now, for whatever reason, that all the hurricanes are going into the Gulf of Mexico. Supposed to be 37 degrees here in the People's Republic of Beertopia. Wait a second. That's 37 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius? Would you say you live in the South? I think this area is much more Appalachian than Southern, okay? We're much more of an Appalachian, area than a Southern area. I don't think of Western North Carolina as being terribly Southern. We're much more in common with, say, Western PA, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee than we are with, say, Alabama or Georgia. Now, you go into other parts of North Carolina, you go more to the east, it's kind of a little more Southern. South Carolina is more Southern. But here, I think this area, this chunk of North Carolina is much more mountain culture. You're right, John Sweet, Bisbee. Again, Arizona is altitude. How high you are affects your climate, And the thing about Arizona is it's got a lot of different altitudes. So go high. Tornado in London. Was there a tornado in London? Oh, they had an earthquake in Baltimore yesterday. Did anybody see that? At 2.4 there up there. Yeah, they had the shaky ground in Baltimore. I was on Rosie O'Kelly's chat yesterday. She's from Baltimore, and I was just saying, your hometown had an earthquake. I want to move to North Carolina, but I feel it might be too expensive. I don't know, Victor. It's not, again, depends on where you go. And you go to Asheville, very trendy. As they used to say, very yuppie. If you go into the city of Asheville, it's very nice. It's probably a little more expensive. The cities, Raleigh, you go into the remade over downtowns, but there's a lot of places in North Carolina that are not expensive. We're getting more expensive here, but we're not anywhere near what Asheville is here in Morganton. You can live pretty economically. There's a lot of, again, North Carolina is a huge state. There's a lot of variation here. Again, like anywhere, closer to the big cities, it's going to be more expensive. The closer you get to Charlotte, the more you're going to pay for rent and mortgages and stuff. I'm a single male and I only make $40K a year. Well, I'm sure you could find something very affordable here somewhere. Charlotte's a nice area. It's a very nice area. You got to. One of the things that I think Adam the Woo was talking about, he wanted to move to Western or Eastern Tennessee, but he was talking about the fact that you want a big airport nearby so you can fly all over the place. You don't want to have to drive. If you're drive all the way to Atlanta or drive to Charlotte, it's a couple hours to get to the airport. You want to be near a big airport. So this is not bad here. We're about an hour and 15 minutes from the Charlotte airport here. It's not too bad to get over there. So, and you got flights all over the world. It's an international airport. Oh, Jane, Vancouver Island, BC. Get ready for the heat. I hear it's getting hot out there. Hello, Deb. Plenty of places where the cost of living isn't bad. Where Dave lives isn't one of them. Oh, this is getting more expensive here. We do have a housing shortage here. That is for sure. But there are little towns out there all around North Carolina where you could do very well. Good morning, Mr. Rockford. How are you doing? That's right. I like both states. I like Virginia a lot too. Virginia's a nice state. Again, I don't like to get into politics, but you got to realize about Virginia is run by the Dems now, okay? The Northern Virginia, so many people living in Northern Virginia that it is the whole state is pretty much flipped over to a blue state. So if that doesn't bug you, then go for Virginia. It's a beautiful state. The southern end of the Puget Sound. James Rockford, you should create a second account. I know. I can't, I don't know. We have tried everything to get Rockford to show up. I'm watching it on the other account here, so whatever Rockford writes, I can see it. I don't know. YouTube is like that. There are certain people I just can't see. And no matter what I do, I can't see them. It's a screwy world. It's a screwy place. Anyway, so I want to thank Denise there in Texas. She sent me a big swag bag full of stuff and a beautiful camo pillow. Maybe there's money in it. I should cut it open and, oh my God, there's $100 bills in here. The East Coast is sinking into the sea. Wow. Let's see, where am I here? That's funny. I can't even see where. Oh, there he is. Most of the nomads in Arizona are always high. Yes, Rockford, you need to delete your account and then just create a new account called James Rockford. And then I'll see you. My pillow. My pillow. It's going to be over 100 degrees. Hey, Tazipo, I saw you on JD's chat last night there. What's his name? The nomad, what's his name? The Prepper Nomads chat last night. I can't ever remember his name. I saw you on his chat last night with Camper Van Kenny. I can't comment on that chat because Camper Van Kenny has me blocked. The Burger King in the west end of Flagstaff is empty. I see this fast food place going out of business soon. Oh, no. It's going to be over 100 degrees today. Maybe one winter yet. Be careful with Emmett. Don't take, Emmett goes outside. Dogs, they can't perspire like humans do. Don't be careful. Don't take Emmett outside for a long hike today, and have plenty of water available for your doggy. Yeah, just create a second account. Call it James Garner. You probably could. James Rockford 2.0. Yeah, I know. So anyway, how's everybody doing today? Sarah Cox. Yeah, I was watching, you're in New Mexico. I was watching Camper Van Kenny there. Felix picked him up and they went back to the prepper shack up there in the mountains, and it looked like temperature up there was a lot cooler than in Phoenix. Yeah. Cut the grass. So do it early, Ether Bunny. Do it before it gets hot. You know what? Go out, first thing in the morning and cut your grass. And do you have a riding mower, or you got one of those old push things? I used to hate that. We had when I was a kid, I guess I was about 11, 12 years old, and my dad, we bought this nice house in New Jersey, but it had this long backyard. It just went way back. And that was my job, is to mow the lawn. And we had this old Craftsman lawnmower, big old heavy thing. And I had to do that. And some of those, that grass was so thick. And it would be like wet. You don't want to mow thick, wet grass. It can be miserable. Oh, you got a riding mower. Okay, good. Well, put the big hat on and go mow several acres of land. I've got a radio friend that is moved down to what's the name of that town? It's near Danville, Martinsville. I think Martinsville, Virginia, and he's got a house there. And I am going to go visit him sometime in August, I think. So maybe I'll swing by. That's how far is Martinsville from where you are, Mr. Ether Bunny? I used to get out at daybreak to cut grass, stay hydrated. Yeah, do it early. If you got to mow some lawn, especially in Alabama there where Brenda is, get out early and do that. That's right. That's right. Doxinator he hires a lawn boy to come out and do his grass. That's right. Professional. He has the greenest lawn in beautiful northern South Carolina. The Doxinator. Let's see what we got here on the see if we got any good text this morning. Oh, a pizza. Okay, we got a couple dog pictures here. Let's show this. Oh, no, wait, that's not what I wanted. We're going to start the Pet Palooza back up again. So if you got a picture of your pet and want to put it on Pet Palooza, send me a picture of your pet at camodave@gmx.com. And we'll put the pet up. There's Emmett. There's Tasmad's dog. See, it's hard to show these on there. Emmett. There's Emmett. Tasmad. There's Emmett. Isn't Emmett adorable? Hi, Emmett. Ooh. I'm checking. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm checking my texts. Checking the texts. Thank you, Doxy. Doxy just sent me $1,000. You can go camp at my property in Williams, Arizona, and then go party with the tribe members. Is that, yeah, RV Davey, right? You are right down the street from Panda Land, right? I used to shame my neighbors into doing my lawn. I used to mow the neighbors' yards. I did that, when I was a kid. That was the way you made money, right? You mowed your neighbors' lawns, and the old guy next door and the fat guy on the other side, you'd mow their lawns for them. And I used to make some decent money, and then I'd go out and buy model airplanes and Beatles albums. Crypto Monk, good morning. It's already 73 degrees. Wow, Tazzy. Well, that's not too bad. I don't know what's our current temperature. Let's see what it is here. We are. Why are pack rats so bad in the desert? Pack rats aren't really bad because they eat a lot of like scorpions and snakes and other critters that are bad. We are 77. We are what? We are currently 70. Oh, no, wait, it's weird. My mail, this came up with Sleepy Hollow, Illinois. I didn't do that. I gotta reset this thing. That's weird why did my weather app come up with Sleepy Hollow, Illinois? I'll tell you, it is so nutty. Let's see, I gotta fix this. Huh. Oh, I know what's wrong with this stupid thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy. I got to messing with it. I paid $3 for a gallon of gas and I'm mad as hell. What's the spooky movie tonight? Let's see. Svengoolie movie. Dude, Mr. Sardonicus. There it is. Morganton, 75 degrees, going up to 87 today. Yeah, the gasoline here is about 279, 280, something a gallon. It's gone down a little bit. It's 68 in Albuquerque. $6 a gallon here in Canada. Holy cow. Wow. Let's see what the weather forecast for Phoenix is. Phoenix is 85 degrees going up to 108 today. Oh my God. I like those Hammer horror movies. Those are pretty good. The cheapest gas in Flagstaff is $3.29. There's a glut of oil in Canada. That's why they shut down the Keystone Pipeline. The only place it will be cool is the coast in the 60s there in Oregon. I'm getting everybody's weather forecast today. Wow. There we go. There we go. Johnny B, you don't want a Schoolie, Dave. It'll catch on fire next week, but you'll have to do a GoFundMe. Would you like to live on the West Coast? Yes, I would. I think it'd be cool. I think Monterey area would be very nice. Get that pigeon. Get that pigeon. Yeah, it's very expensive. Yeah. Oh, it's very expensive. I would like to live right on the coast. I think it'd be really nice. The Oregon coast would be nice. Oh, yeah. Fort Bragg and Mendocino. That would be nice too, Johnny. Yeah. Spell out the names of the tea you like. I like PG Tips. PG Tips. We got some PG Tips this morning. That's right. The super strong PG Tips. San Diego sounds like a really nice area too. Absolutely. What state have you never been but want to go? Oh gosh, I've never been up to Maine. I'd love to go to Maine, Victor. I think that would be really nice. Hang out with the vlogger puppets, yeah. I like the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in the summertime. I've never been to Michigan. I think that would be nice. I'd love to go to Montana. I would love to go out to Glacier National Park in the summer. Again, I don't want to have to deal with the crowds, but I think that would be really nice. What did Doxy? Boo, 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 boo. Oh, here we go. She gave me $50 today, so we're going to do the pickle. There you go. That's for you, Shamay. Dave should paint the bus like the Partridge Family. There you go. The multicolored bus. I'm not calling Rich Life on the, maybe tonight. Okay, Rich Life with road trips. If you're out there, give me a call tonight and we'll chat. But I don't do the call-in stuff in the mornings. The damn pickle. You want to Lorena Bobbitt that damn pickle? Throw it in. I should have done that when I was up in Manassas, Virginia. I should have gone to the 7-Eleven where Lorena deposited John Bobbitt's pickle. You're worried about him, really, Victor? Why? Going through a midlife crisis. Oh, wow. Always wanted to go to Maine at a place called Moosehead Lake. Rent a rowboat, roll out in the middle of the lake with a case of Moosehead beer. Wow. That pickle is more annoying than a screaming goat. Good morning, Boom Bubble Buster Pete. How are you doing? SF98, nice to see you here. Jane Bray. Been to Baja, Maine. The lobsters are as big as rats. Oh, cats. That's right. So anyway, what is going on? Man. Happy Gaming. Support Camo Dave on Patreon and buy all new merch. I don't have a Patreon. Actually, I do have a Patreon channel, but I never activated it. Let me get some more tea. That's right. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Let's get up to a little more. Favorite lobster places in Maine is on Cape Elizabeth, right on the ocean. Ooh. I'm not. I'm just like, damn. Past 2 months, I've been in 10 states. The large cities are having large homeless populations. Camping in national forest outside small towns is most enjoyment. Seattle was a pain. Wow. Bubba has a Patreon. Send all your money to him. Forward it. Right. Again, I want to thank Denise for the kind camo pillow. Thank you so much. This is really cool. Oh, yeah. Nick's Camel Dave. I went to the thrift store and there were no camo shorts and I'm mad as hell. I'm checking I'm not checking PayPal. I'm checking out there. I'm looking through the I'm looking to see if I can see if I can see Rockford Rockfish. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, Schoolie movie. Time. Oh wait, no wait. Okay, it's called Time Walker. I thought it was Dr. Slaughter. It says Time Walker is tonight's movie. I don't know. It's just weird. Everything's going weird right now. Yeah, Scotty Kilmer does the clickbait, and then he runs old videos. He takes old videos and he puts them together from like when he was down in Texas. You get used to that. You know Rob Littlehouse off grid is going to be doing clickbaity stuff. So yeah, right. I had a fight with so-and-so. I mean, yeah, so-and-so, whatever. It's like, yeah, right. You love Gilligan. What happened to Elvira? Yeah, she used to do what was it, Channel 7 out there in Los Angeles. I don't know. I Googled her a while back and I completely forget. Yeah, you do. It's like The Boy Who Cried Wolf. If you're going to do too much clickbait, it's like, you just kind of know, all right, Rob does that. And then if he ever actually has a problem, something really happens to him, you're not going to believe him, right? Out west, they're closing some camping spots for fire dangers, says Open Land City. Yeah. Coco Neo. I can never remember that name. The Coco Park there, Forest, that's Forest, the Coco Nino, the Coco something Forest there near Phoenix, not Phoenix, near Flagstaff has been closed, right? And a number of state lands around Arizona have been closed due to fire danger. Yes. I am leaving Morganton and moving to a trailer in Apache Junction. What? Next? I don't want to go to the Phoenix area. No, Coco Nino, the Coco Nino, right. Jane liked visiting Apache Junction. Ooh. Hey, Macadamium, how are you? Good morning. Coco Nino is all closed. That's why the Walmart parking lots are full. Really? Are there a lot of people camping overnight there in the Walmart parking lots? Coco Nino. Coco Nino. Hi, Sue. How are you doing? So anyway, yeah. That's right. It happens. I'm going to put this up somewhere, yeah. Thank you, Denise, there in beautiful, excuse me, I'm sorry. I am all flushed. Sarah Cox. Let's try it. It's Denise. Diane. Thank you, Diane. Diane in Texas. Hello, Sarah. How are you doing?
Just fine. It's Coconino.
Coconino. Coconino.
Coconino.
Coconino. Coconino.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Coconino. Coconino. Jeepers creepers. What's your opinion on Elvis Travels? He's very oddly compelling. I don't know, man. I think he needs to find some other way. There are a lot of other things to do in life besides YouTube, and sometimes YouTube just runs out of steam. You know what I'm saying? I think he needs to focus on maybe getting a permanent location. If native Chicago, he does have some relatives there. He does have a cousin there that he's close to. I think if I was him, I would just focus on getting your life kind of figured out. I think the YouTube thing just hasn't worked. And, he keeps trying to get back on YouTube and it just ain't working. And sometimes you need to kind of change plans. Things happen in your life. Things happen. You have health issues, financial issues, relationship issues, and things just happen in life and you have to change plans. And you got to be flexible enough to do that. YouTube is great. But, you got to have a game plan for what happens if YouTube stops, what happens if you get fired at a job. You got to have a game plan in life like, okay, now what? You can't just be kind of left out there like whatever. I don't know. Elvis does have other, uploading platforms. There's other things besides YouTube, but none of them are really quite the same. Yeah. I think Elvis's problem was, he and Rosie had that dispute that happened about more than a year ago, and he was staying out at Rosie's place. And then he should have just gone on his merry way and left Rosie in the rearview mirror and nothing else. And he had to continue what was going on there and put stuff up, and then it got all bad. I think he needs to, I don't know. Do you believe that Rosie had something to do? I don't know, Victor. I know Victor. She did mention she contacted YouTube on a number of instances regarding stuff that Elvis was saying about her. But, I don't know. I just think Elvis, he needs to figure something else out. If it's getting a job, he poo, somewhere in the Chicago area, or if he likes Florida and wants to move down there, if he can figure out how to live in a van and wants to continue living on the way. But I think he's got to realize that the YouTube thing, at least for the time being, is gone. And figure out other ways. I think one of his friends, or one of his cousins or something, is trying to get him into the trucking business. That would have worked. I know he just needs to figure something else out. Maybe go meet with I don't know, figure, what does he want? I don't know what does Elvis want to do with his life? Is there certain interests in his life that he has? He needs to kind of figure that out. If, just living in a van and driving around and putting it all up on YouTube, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Victor. As Rosie said very wisely, she is concerned about him because he doesn't really have those alternative game plans in life, Some Walmarts are not letting RVs stay for the night, depending on the city. Yeah, it depends again. I noticed here in Morganton, they put the no loitering signs up all over where the Walmart parking lot is, and there were people. I noticed quite a few people over the, since this spring, summer season has started, were trying to park their RVs behind shopping centers and stuff. And then all of a sudden you see the no parking signs go up, or they put 3-hour limit, or no overnight parking or no loitering or whatever. Florida is no place to live on the streets in a van. They don't want those. People were saying that, Ether Bunny, it's not a good place to go boondocking because there are a lot of people going down to Florida in their RVs and vehicles and parking all over the place. And they don't want that. And it's a tough state. You can do some more boondocking when you go out west because there's not so much population density. But when you're in the East Coast, not just Florida, you're up in the Northeast or the Mid-Atlantic, those towns are all on, they know if you're near, like we're near the Great Smoky Park, people come down here and try to park their RVs in places. And if it's inside a town, you're not going to be able to do that. It's harder and harder. And that's one reason why go for the van, because it's much more easier to do stealth camping in a van than it is to do it in an RV. You just a van parked there, as long as it doesn't look like you're living in it, you got your dark windows, and you can probably get at least on a short-term basis, got to get away with it, I don't know. City councilors are definitely cracking down all over. That is true. Oh, yeah. Dave, I looked at Google satellite view and you have lots of lakes and a waterfall around Morganton. Please, I should do that. I need to do some more local explorations. There's a place called Lake James, which is just to our west here. Some really cool stuff. Then you've got the Linville Gorge, which is just up from that. Literally a half-hour drive from here. It's a very fascinating area, and I do need to do some more local explorations. I think Elvis has an angry streak. Yes, Elvis does have some anger issues, definitely. Do I still talk to Lamont? I haven't talked to Lamont, Black Bigelow in quite a while. I hear that he is heading to New Jersey and is going to be doing some exploration-y stuff with Chimay, so that should be interesting. I thought Todd Rundgren concert, or you bought Todd Rundgren concert for the Fillmore in San Francisco. Wow, Johnny B. Todd is still, he's getting pretty up there. I remember growing up in the Philadelphia area. I believe he is a Philadelphia area native. No, we're not far from the Appalachian Trail. That's right up by the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is just, it's barely an hour from here. It's not far at all. You could do the whole hotel hike thing on that. Yeah. The whole hotel hike thing. Another winner uploaded by Derek. Looks like he's living in a kitty litter box in the RV. We're hearing a lot of rumblings about Eric. I'm not going to, people have been talking about him in my chats on my various channels. I'm not, people are telling me what, he posts on Patreon, where he is and what he's doing weeks before he posts his videos. That's what he does. And, one of the things he got mad at me about was I'm not supposed to reveal what people are telling me from his Patreon. Well, he's got dozens of leakers on his Patreon, and he's posting stuff that he's currently doing on his Patreon. And people are telling me, I get the Camo Army news, hey, Jarek just posted on his Patreon that XXXXX, that he's done this and this and this, and he's up here and there. And no, I'm just saying, they're all telling me all the stuff. I don't think he's that big of a deal that I have to go break all this news, and I don't want to make him mad or anything. But, his Patreon is just as leaky as a sieve. It's just leaking like the minute he posts something on Patreon, I hear about it. So just letting him know that, if he really wants nobody to know what he's doing, don't put it on Patreon. I don't put, he posted Tara the new cat like a month before he got Tara on his Patreon, and we all knew it. But, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm going to wait until he posts the video. But, I know a whole lot of stuff about what he's doing right now, and I'm not telling you. But, people are just sharing it all over the place. So I don't know, Patreon is a public platform, and people can, talk. Janice says, I'm getting so far behind on watching YouTube videos, all the subjects I sub to, I might just have to stop watching. Yeah. I do that. I'll stop watching somebody, and then I just keep seeing their videos pop up, and I never watch them after about 2 months. Then it was like what happened with Casey Roman. I like Casey. She's a funny lady. She does, when she was doing her RVing stuff, I really liked that. But I just don't want to see constant real estate videos. It doesn't interest me. It's not I don't subscribe to real estate channels, So I just decided, hey, it's time to move on. But I do go back and check her now and then. And okay, if she posts something that has something very, moderately connected to, doing some sort of our nomadic stuff. Maybe she'll get back. I don't know. Do you see the views dropping on the nomads as the economy picks up? Jeffrey, Gregory, John, yeah, I'm seeing YouTube is becoming a much different place over the last 2 years. Definitely the AdSense revenue is way down. It just is because of the advertisers. The pandemic knocked everything way down 50%, and it still hasn't recovered. YouTube is just, you look at YouTube, they're monetizing everything they possibly can. Every little thing is monetized now. You get ads when you look at your favorite videos, and everything is monetized. And it gets to a point now where it is just harder and harder to make decent money on YouTube. And the thing is that a lot of these nomads have gotten kind of really dependent on what they're making. And then, so people are getting kind of flailing. They're kind of like, oh, now what can I do? I'll get another animal. I'll buy another vehicle. I'll trade my vehicle in. And it's just like, and I put up videos all the time. I don't know. I get that with Chrome. Chrome just, I get that thing with Chrome too, Ether Bunny. He's at a certain platform. He's making a certain amount of money on YouTube. And in order to keep that same level of money coming, he just has to really, buy the ambulance, do the van builds, crank out a couple videos a day. It just, you can see that, you can kind of sense, when people are so dependent on the AdSense revenue and they're hitting their monthly goals, things do get tough. They really do. What is the difference between a house tour and an RV tour? What's on wheels and what isn't? I usually go for 90 minutes on Saturday morning. So yeah, 11 o'clock. What time is it here? It's 10:53. So we got about 6 more minutes to go. I think all the YT channels, I might seek out a real estate channel, would be the last on the list, Macadamian says. Again, and you change your channel. You start throwing politics in. You start talking about real estate. You're a nomad channel and you're not doing any nomadic traveling. I mean, really, you kind of lose your people. They don't necessarily unsub, but they stop watching. There are certain nomads that they've lost a lot of subs. Their view counts, their average daily view counts have dropped by 40, 50% since last year. I mean, you're seeing that all over the place, At least the channels that we watch here. I think I'm a good barometer for the state of the current group of nomads we watch. And I'm just saying, you get up in the morning and it's like, oh, boring, 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 yuck. Oh, gosh, the same thing again, Slim Potato Head Jane said he was moving east. He didn't say specifically where. He's leaving Alberta. I guess he definitely has a home base there because, he's not a full-time nomad. He has the house or an apartment or something. And he did say he was moving east, possibly to Ontario or someplace further east. We'll find out one of these days. Whatever. I was hoping your package would arrive while you were alive. Our mail doesn't come that early, Ether Bunny. You were looking at 1 o'clock. I'll check. I'm not checking my PayPal. I'm checking my, I do get notifications. No, if you send it to my apartment, I won't get a notification. But if you send it to, we got Brenda Stewart's Spoiled Fur Baby. A Pet Palooza. We're restarting that on the Camo Dave channel. Send me your pet pictures at camodave@gmx.com and we'll start getting back into some Pet Palooza. Yeah. Our mail doesn't come till like 1 or 2 o'clock. I'll open it. Well, I'll open it on the if I do a letters later today. I might. Oh, you know what I could do is I could hold it and open it up tonight on the evening live chat. I could do that. Jamie Ray, hey, you're here at the tail end. Nice to see you here. Ether Bunny, John Sweet. Some channels are just fake. Could it be possible they go out one day and make 5 videos and then go back to their sticks and bricks? I do think some nomads do that. I really do. I think that they'll go out for a weekend and do some camping and go to different places, and then they come back to their homes, and then just they have like maybe 2 weeks worth of stuff to put up. There's a lot of tricks you can do. It was okay to get behind in watching when we were getting email notifications, but now it's so hard with all the YT. Yeah, I get a lot of complaints. People say that about my videos, that they're not getting notified on them. I don't know. YouTube's just crazy. I remember Macadamian. I remember when most videos on YouTube were altruistic, just people showing others how to do things, fix things, or talk about taking us on trips, all because they wanted us to share. Still a few out there. Cheapest states in the USA. I don't know, where's a cheap place? A lot of the South is not terribly expensive. If you get again, rural areas, go to rural areas in almost any state, and it's definitely going to be cheaper. Of all the nomads, I watch Camo Dave so I don't have to watch all the other idiots / folks. I can't afford Chicago. I think it's just true, Victor. It's just, you can find cheap areas in almost all the states. Just get away from the closer you get to urban areas, the more things are, North Carolina, there's Charlotte, there's Raleigh, there's Asheville that are expensive. If you get away from the cities where there are fewer jobs and fewer employment opportunities, things do get cheaper. Virginia, perfect example. You want to go to Northern Virginia where there's a gazillion jobs and a big work environment, it's going to be expensive to live there. You go down to Roanoke or way out west, Western Virginia, you will find it a lot cheaper to live. But again, the trade-off is, there's less there. And now if you're working online and doesn't matter where you're working, you can work anywhere just as long as you got a good internet connection. You can maybe do very well and live out in the middle of nowhere, live on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and then do all your work online. It doesn't matter where you're living, and you're kind of lucky there. You can listen to a music video on YouTube without getting 1 or 2 ads smack dab in the middle of a song. It's really, yeah. Wow. Nicaragua, Arkansas. Yeah. Again, the more rural states. I'm sure West Virginia. You want to go out to rural West Virginia, you could probably buy a house for $30,000, you know? It's a beautiful state. You can live in beautiful Eastern Kentucky. Eastern Kentucky. I watch Nick Johnson, I believe it is. He does a lot of that. Where's the cheapest places to live? I believe he's in the Greensboro area, North Carolina, but he does that. Cheapest places to live in every state or wherever you go. And it is basically rural areas are cheaper, you know, but you know, if you want, you know, all the conveniences of living in a metro area, you want to be near a Best Buy and a Trader Joe's and have fast internet and, you know, get around on interstate highways and have lots of job opportunities, you're going to pay for it, you know. Mexico cheap. Again, we're in Mexico. You know, depends. El Salvador. Do you want to live in El Salvador? I don't know, man. El Salvador doesn't look like, you know, it's hot and it's low, you know, it looks, you know, I don't know. We did see Snow and Kurt just drive through El Salvador, and I don't know. It's like, I don't want to go there. I'm so bored waiting for my trailer to be built, buying trailer stuff, dehumidifier. Wow. You need to make $20 an hour. Yeah. Wow. Outside Portland, Oregon in a hotel staying cool, 105 for the high. Wow. As I get older, I realize rural means no healthcare hospital. That's another one, Macadamia. You want quality healthcare, you got to go to a big city or a metro area. You know, it's true. It's very true. You know, if you live in a, you know, that's again, there's a whole lot of reasons why it's better to live in a metropolitan area or closer into a big city. Healthcare is another big one. You get much better healthcare if you live in an area that's more urban, more hospitals to choose from, better doctors. You know, if you need a certain procedure, you don't have to go 400 miles across the state to a specialist, you know, that's all right there. So there are definite advantages to living in metro areas, but it's more expensive. You know, I mean, my apartment here, if this was in the DC area, we would be easily paying 3 to 4 times more for this apartment. Easily. If YouTubers thumbs down a channel, then YouTubers will stop sending notifications. Really? I didn't know that. I don't know. I kind of doubt we're getting another stimulus check. I don't know. But you can go to the next rural county to an urban area and it's cheaper, but you still have the advantage of, yeah, there are places. This is like here in Morganton, okay? You're in a ruralish area, but you're not far from a metro area. So, you know, you want to go to Charlotte where they do have, you know, a lot more medical stuff and all that. It's only an hour and change away. You know, there are places where you can live in, you know, pick a rural area that's not terribly far from a major metro. You know, you can live in, you know, let's say Fauquier County, West Virginia, or Virginia, and you can be literally half an hour from some really good hospitals and medical care in Fairfax, you know, but you're in a rural area. So there are places like that, you know, that are rural, but not far from, you know, the major metros. Key West, Florida, SC1212 Able. It's true. Again, you got to kind of figure it out. Find a nice rural area near a major metro so you get the low cost of living, but you also aren't that far from all the services, you know? That's right. Keep Athens weird, man. Glows in the dark. No, you're not blocked, Danny. I'm looking at you right there. Jeez. The thing I realized, North Carolina, and it, you know, it is a rainy area. You do get, you know, with the mountains here, a lot of thunderstorms form on humid days, and it is quite a thunderstormy, rainy area once you start getting into the humidity. Now, this summer hasn't been so bad so far. We've had it's pretty not bad, but last summer, man, and that's one reason why I didn't get out and do as much hiking as I wanted to do. It's just so many thunderstorms. And every day about 2 o'clock, big boomers would come popping up. Or I'd say to myself, look, I don't want to drive up into the mountains and do some hiking today because I know those big boomers are going to start forming at about 11 o'clock in the morning. And you can see that when I go hiking in the park, I can look west and see the mountains, and you can see the big thunderheads popping up. Any day that's really humid, you start getting that. And you don't want to be up hiking in the mountains in thunderstorms. So if there's a chance of thunderstorms, a decent chance, I just say I'm not going up there to do that. But, hey, everybody's got their thing. What is humidity? It is water in the air, a very wet heat. It makes the hot worse. You could have 85 degrees and high humidity, and it's just unbearably icky out. The place cheap to live in California is the county jail. Yeah, but at least you get 3 hot meals a day. That's right. Does the rain bother me? It doesn't bother me as long as it's not raining all day. Okay, if it's going to be off and on rain, sometimes you can do a really nice hike if it's just very light rain, or it's off and on rain and you can go out between the rain. Sometimes hiking it brings the clouds over, it cools the temperature down. It can make it a nicer environment to do some hiking. I mean, there are days like that, but if it's pouring rain and it's all day, yeah, I don't like that. You get those tropical storms that come up from the Gulf, and then you'll have a solid day of just solid heavy rain. I'm not a fan of that. But if it's, hey, you look on the weather radar, okay, there's a blob here, and then in an hour, it'll be at least stopped for a while, then you go out and do your hike and that's okay. I can handle that. Oh, ding, ding, ding. That's right. Ring the money bell, huh, Doxinator? The money bell. Ding, 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 ding. That's right. If you want to get your super chats in, there you go. It's Camo Dave right down there. Or if you want to help out on the PayPal to help support the channel, it's camodave at gmx.com. You can, where are all my stupid addresses? I thought I had those around somewhere. Oh, here we are. Let's do the closing bit here. Let's see, paypal.me/DCRTV if you'd like to help the channel. You'd like to, you want one of these Camo Army cards or a sticker, they're free. Just send me your address at camodave@gmx.com. If you want to send me some swag, it's Camo Dave, 104 North Green Street, number 116, Morganton, NC 28655. Okay, so there's all the addresses. I love getting swag. If you just want to send me some stickers, you want to send me a card, I love going to my little mailbox over there and finding a pile of letters in it, okay? I really like that, so you can help out. Cheeseburger in paradise. For anybody close to South Florida, Jimmy Buffett is doing a live free street concert tonight. I hope they're, help out all those folks down there in Florida. Man, that was awful, that building that collapsed. I'm very curious to hear what caused that, You just don't expect a 40-year-old condo apartment building to collapse like that. This building here, we're in an old textile mill. We're only 3 stories tall, but you do hear a lot of creaky noises, clunks and creaky noises. I mean, all buildings settle, but you'll be sitting here and you hear in the roof, you hear like a whoop, like, what was that? I don't know. How much do I need to make an hour to afford Morganton? The problem with Morganton, Victor, is there's an apartment shortage, housing shortage. Housing, if you got some money, you can buy, and you don't mind fixing up something. I think there's some good properties around here. But you got to do some fixer-upper properties are what you're going to find. Apartments are very hard to come by in Morganton. There really are. There's a shortage of them. You're going to have to get on a waiting list. It's definitely lower rents here than what you would find, say, in Asheville or Charlotte. But it is, did I get your card, Pedro? I don't think so. I don't remember getting a card from Pedro. Did you use another name? Thin walls, cheap construction, sinkholes. Yeah, there's another big problem. And we had that problem in Northern Virginia. A lot of the buildings that were built in the 80s and 70s were built with substandard concrete. And we had a number of buildings. There was a assisted living building right near that was like 7 or 8 stories tall, and they had to like literally the big concrete down there in the parking deck under the building was falling down, and they actually had a big meeting, and they had to assess all the owners in that condo building like an extra $300 a month for a while, because they were having to get the major cement work done to replace some of the cheap concrete. That's an issue. That is an issue. That after 40 years, maybe with all the rain and the water leaks in the building, the concrete deteriorates. And at certain places, they can have instability in the soil there, because you're literally on a barrier island right in the bay there in front of it's barrier island. Those things have shifting sands and stuff. I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what's going on in next couple months when we get all that. I'm sure we'll figure it out. They'll figure out why that building collapsed, but that's terrible. Can you imagine that? Yeah, and they do say rising sea levels, and then the water gets up into the basements of the building and deteriorates the concrete. Yeah, there's some issues. There are definitely some serious issues down there. That's the one thing about living near the ocean. The ocean is very unforgiving, and big storms and flooding and stuff is all very common. You live along the coast. It's a beautiful place to live. But you got to be prepared, you live in, say, the Outer Banks or southern New Jersey or Delaware. Every 20 years or so, you're going to get a hurricane that comes up there and just smashes everything to smithereens. The car wash sinkhole. I think the car wash sinkhole was caused by a leaky water pipe. That's my theory. There's some sort of a water main there that was leaking, and it created a cavernous thing under the car wash. The thing about that is there must be there's 10 car washes around Morganton. So if that thing goes into the sinkhole, we're not really losing anything. If you look at the video, that building came straight down. Yeah, it did. It looked like a controlled demolition. It actually did. It looked like, those buildings, they do that. It looked like that, the way it just came straight down like that. I know. Anyway. You got these areas along, they're not meant for heavy populations. The barrier islands along the East Coast, they're not meant for big, tall buildings to be built and lots of people living there. They're shifting sands. They get covered over during high tides. It's just, whatever. You got it. They're not made for heavy duty urbanization. They just aren't. Flanders, yeah. Well, you look at the Netherlands, they've done the same thing. Many can't afford rent around Morganton. In Conover, it's unreal. Wow. There is a housing shortage. There is definitely a housing shortage for affordable housing around. That is definitely true. I don't think so. I think they're gonna figure it out. But they do, I've seen videos. There's quite a lot of good videos on YouTube about building construction and all that other stuff. And they do have apartment buildings in like big cities that are sinking. There's a couple of buildings in San Francisco that are built right near where the bay is there, where they used fill-in soil, and the buildings are literally sinking. There's one building that's sinking like an inch or two a year, and they go in and they do something down in the basement to help keep it from, whatever. But, those big buildings do sink. They do, if they're not built on solid soil. New York, if you notice New York City, Manhattan, the big buildings are built, where there's rock foundations. You don't see skyscrapers everywhere in Manhattan. They're only in certain areas because there's a rocky foundation to put those buildings on. If they tried to build a skyscraper, say in parts of Midtown where there isn't that rock foundation, those buildings would sink. Anyway. That's right. End up selling to an investment buyer. Yeah, they do have those. Hey, Stingray 75, how are you doing? How's everything in beautiful Richmond, Virginia? Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yeah, well, buildings do that. They settle and sink, I don't know, man. They do have sinkholes in Northern Virginia, but they're usually caused by somebody put in a water main, and now the water main's leaking, and then it washes away the soil under the ground, and then the ground collapses. Those are kind of like urban-y sinkholes. But Florida, You got a lot of issues like that down there. We were on a waiting list here for better part of a year to get this apartment. And then you don't get to choose which apartment you get. It's kind of like your luck, you know? These apartments, you know, some of them have really nice views and are up on the top floor, and others are down lower, and you know, you just kind of get what you get, you know? Oh, well, this one's open. Do you want it? Well, I'd rather have one that was, you know, yeah, but we lucked out. We really lucked out and got a nice one. There's an idea floated to remove the Grand Canyon Dam. Yeah. And then you do that. Yeah, you know, it's like the Catawba River here. There's so many dams along it, power stations. It does have an environmental thing. Where do all these extra people come from? I don't know. Hey, this is a nice town. Again, you're not far from a big city. You're not far from Charlotte, but you're also in a more rural area, in a beautiful location on the foothills of the mountains. You're close to Asheville. You're close to some decent, really good hiking. You're close to like Mount Mitchell with some beautiful scenery and hiking, like, you know, Linville Gorge. And yet you're only an hour change from a major airport there in Charlotte. You know, this is not a bad area. It's a nice place with a good climate, not a bitter cold winter. I mean, relatively low housing costs if you can find something. Your Muslim theory. I don't know that. I've watched all the media outlets and nobody's saying that has anything to do with that. But who knows? Maybe we'll find that out. I do not put. I don't do that when I go up to Northern Virginia, and I don't put my family in my videos. I just don't do that. I just don't do it. I don't want to even go there. I do have a private life that I just keep private. I don't, you know, I'm going to put everything up on YouTube, you know, that's just the way it is. If he wants to be in the videos, he doesn't watch my videos. Okay. So, you know, we talk politics a lot. We don't talk YouTube very often. You know, if he wanted to be in the videos and said, hey, can I be in some of your videos? I'd say, sure. All right, everybody, we are almost at the 2-hour mark. Holy cow. I actually got kind of juiced up by all this cool talk in the second half of the show here. Man, Fantastic Odyssey, hello. I do have I don't think that's an actual functional water tower. I think that's just left here from when the building was a textile mill. I don't think it's a functional tower. I think it's just decorative. You know, it was once, when this was a textile mill, a water tower, but I don't think it actually still is dealing with water, but I'll have to check. No Rockford. I know, Mr. Rockford's always been very generous. No PayPal. No PayPal. Where's my PayPal? Thank you, Shimei. Shimei always saves the day, doesn't she? She certainly does. She certainly does. I have no, Victor, I made my decision. I owned a condo for 12 years in Northern Virginia, and I have no desire to own a place anymore. I just don't want to do that. I want to be able to, hey, nothing is forever. And if this apartment deal breaks down someday, I want to be able to just quickly pack up and move out. And I don't want to be stuck owning anything. I really don't. Some people enjoy that. And I do get it. Owning property can be a good investment and all that stuff. But I like the apartment life. I like not having to, if the refrigerator conks out or the bathtub backs up, you just call the super and they come up and fix things for you. It's all included in your rent. You know how much you're going to spend every month. You don't have to worry about the roof leaking and the termites and the mold in the walls. There's just so many things you just don't. It's much more. Get it? Again, not every apartment complex is well managed like this one is. But, if you can find one, it's just, and hey, if I want to move, if I change my life, I want to go back up to Northern Virginia, I find somebody, Tennessee or Georgia, and I want to change my lifestyle, it's just pack up and move. I don't have to like sell or all that other stuff. I am totally said for the rest of it. I'm ready. Just renting is fine for me. I love the water tower too. It's very pretty, isn't it? Are you guys going to Newark? Why would I go to Newark? Yeah, it just gives you so much more flexibility. It really does. I just want to keep flexibility, I'd say, I was talking this morning to a friend, I don't want to call this home. It's my apartment, Do I think of it as home? It's my place, it's my permanent residence. Permanent, relatively speaking. But anyway. I've been going to babysit Lamont's trailer while he travels to. Oh, yeah. All right. That's right. Shimei said that. So Lamont is going to bring his trailer, and then she can park it. He can park it there near her building there, I guess her apartment building, and then take off. Okay. Good. Does the city manage that complex? They do part of the building. They don't do the apartment side of it, but they do the other side where the city hall is. Yes. And that's true. Like if something needs to, like one of the light posts out there needs to have some work done on it, say the bulbs aren't working, you got to like, is that the apartment complex's responsibility or is that the city hall's responsibility? And you'll say, hey, that light is out. And they go, that's the city hall. You got to call them. So we do have that. Yeah. You need to change live chats for us on the West Coast one time only. I am doing a midweek live chat, and I'm doing a little bit later. I'm trying to do it maybe like closer to 8 o'clock Eastern, but I can't go any later than that because, I'm an old man and I get tired. Like 9 o'clock, I'm starting to wear out. I realize, I need to move out west and I get on a West Coast time zone. Well, okay, everybody, we're hitting the 2-hour mark. Listen, thank you so much for being here today. I've enjoyed it. Don't forget tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. I know that's only 4 p.m. Eastern for Western Pacific for you guys, but that's still, you're wide awake, right? And we'll see you for the call-in show. And so we'll do that tonight. And then we'll go watch some Schoolie, and maybe we'll go to the drag show over there at the Morganton City Auditorium tonight. I don't know. I don't know, man. What did he say? Bell under. Yeah. Tazzy Poo. I'll call you later, Tazzy. I'll see how hot it's getting out there in beautiful Portland. All right. Thank you. Informative and fun. Hey, that's all I'm shooting for. Okay. You all have a wonderful rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you all tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. You take care. And thank you very much, Shimei, for your kind donation. Take care. I'll talk to you all later. Blog under.